morning, my name is Adam Alalui, and today's session is about measuring the strength of a workplace. If you have a look at manager, there is a quotation, or there is a question that we usually ask, and we say, people leave managers, not companies. True or false? I'm just going to be a couple of seconds to look at this one and think about it and make your decision and make your mind up regarding this, and then we do the game. Okay, in this slide, we're going to have a look at the employee, the role, and the manager all at the same time. According to Buckingham and Kaufman, they say that employees throughout the length of their career in different companies, they ask 4 questions from themselves. First question is, what do I get? The second question is, what do I give? The third question they ask themselves, am I learning and growing? And the fourth question is, do I belong here? This is the questions that employees are asking themselves. And these questions must be addressed. Also, now I'm going to have a look at the role. The roles also got certain demands. Demands of the roles have to be understood and tools available to do the job. The roles should also fit the talent, or talent should fit the role. Talent has been defined a recurring pattern of behavior, feeling, thought that can be productively applied to the role. Marcus and Kaufman, they claim that every role performed with excellence needs a degree of talent. Therefore, talent has to fit the role. Role has to be also allow development. We can make every role to have this quality, and also it has to be meaningful. There is a story, or there is a very celebrated story that comes up in all management books, that there was this lady who was cleaning in the NASA, working in NASA, was a cleaner, and somebody went to her and said, "What are you doing over here?" She said, "Can't you see we are putting a man on the moon?" Therefore, she related to the mission of the company, and the job was extremely meaningful to her. Now look at the managers, and what would be the, basically, as is mentioned in the previous video, two of the key activities of the managers is how to select people and set expectation, turn the talent into performance, help people to develop and grow, and also set and model values and define mission. In other words, they have to make the work meaningful. In this context, we come to the key activities of manager, which is selection, setting expectation, developing and creating a motivating environment which is conducive to both personal growth and company development. What is the difference between good managers and great managers? The good managers select people based on experience, intelligence, and determination. They set expectation by defining the right steps. They help to develop people, help them to learn and help them to get promoted, and also identify and overcome weaknesses. What do great managers do? Great managers do, there is nothing wrong with those things on the right-hand side, they're very, very good, but on top of that, there's something more needed, or different approaches needed. Also, selecting based on talent. Without the talent, the job will not be able to perform at the level of excellence. And the setting expectation, as we said earlier on, as far as the accuracy, as far as the standards, and as far as safety is concerned, we have to set the steps, but for the rest of the work, we have to define the right outcome, and let people find their own style to achieve the outcome. And also, we have to find the right fit for people and let them excel in what they're doing. And as far as the creative, motivating environment, it's basically focused on the strength and model values to make the job meaningful, and at the same time, we draw on the strength of people and help them to develop their potential. Based on what I get, what I give, what I learn and grow, and where do I belong here, Buckingham and Kaufman came up with 12 questions. We have slightly modified these questions to fit the European companies, and been tested and tried in a number of companies and give very, very accurate results. In this process, we do not measure the strength of the manager, instead we measure the strength of the workplace. Very much like if this room is not got the right temperature, we don't go and measure temperature of radiator, we measure the temperature of room, and then we adjust the radiator or close the window, etc., etc. The question, very simple 12 questions that we'll be doing, and also we mark it from 1 to 6. 6 is a strongly agree, and 1 is a strongly disagree, and the rest is in between. And also, these questions come from the book. First, break all the rules. The first question is, do I know what is expected of me? The second question is, do I have equipment, materials, resources, and tools to do my work right? On a level of second question, what do I give? The 4 questions comes up. Question number 3 is, do I have opportunity to do what I do best every day? In other words, do I feel I work in an area of my strength? Am I using my strength? Am I using my talent? Am I using my energy, etc.? Question number 4 is, did I receive any praise or recognition for good work over the past 7 days? If you can notice from here, it doesn't say from my boss or from my superior, etc., my team leader, from anybody in the workplace. Because if we praise our co-workers or a friend in a way that we mentioned earlier on, also contribute to the strength of the workplace. Question number 5 is, does my group leader or anyone else care for me as a person? In other words, am I being cared for? Not only by group leader, by anybody else in the company. Question number 6 is, does my opinion count? In other words, is my opinion respected? Then on the learning and growing, there are 4 more questions over there. And these questions are, is there anybody at work encouraging my development? The next question is, did I speak to someone about my progress over the last 6 months? The next one is, did I have opportunity to learn and grow over the past 12 months? And then last question on this section is, are my co-workers committed to do the quality work? On the question of the 4th level, do I belong here? There are 2 more questions. And that question is number 11, does the mission of the company make me feel my work is meaningful? And the last question is, does my work make a difference? Do I make a difference? You can download these 12 questions from our website, and then you can fill it in. Make sure that you do it only with the group itself, not anybody outside the group. The team leader does not fill this one in. The members in a team or in a group. Now, let's have a look at the results of some of the companies that we work with. If you can have a look on the very right hand side, it gives the average of the numbers from between 1 and 6. And if you have a look, the first one is 5.07, which is really very good mark. And if you have a look on the very right column, you will see that that shows about the performance of the manager, and on the bottom it shows about the performance of the people individually. And if you have a look, the average of averages, 4.52 at this point, 4.52 is a very good, out of 6 is a very good one, and the key is to improve on that. When we did this one with the group leader, usually the group leader says, look, 3.62 is not a good one for me, and I'm not very good at giving praising. Therefore, I'm going to work on that. Therefore, managers start working on that. If you have a look at this number, 2.92 for this specific employee is not a very good number. In this process, we come to this conclusion that the employees that do very well, they give a very high mark, and the employees that they do not do very well in their work, they usually score very low, and we have to do something about it. It could be a wrong place, or some of these elements has to be looked at. In this case, this employee found that really this job was not suitable for him, and he has to go somewhere else. And they did it very effectively. They managed to move him to another area in the company. And the key is to improve that average 4.52 on a regular basis. Maybe every 6 months or every 1 year, you have a look at your, you do this exercise and try to improve your performance. Now, remember at the beginning of this session I asked you the true or false, people leave companies, people leave managers, not companies. Gallup they took 2,500 business and measured the performance, profitability, productivity, staff turnover, and customer satisfaction. By asking these 12 questions from 105 employees, and they came to this conclusion that the manager is a critical player in building a strong workplace, and they stated that people leave managers, not companies. Of course, in total generalization will be wrong, but in practice, this seems to be the case. People may have a good reason to leave the company, but in majority of cases, this seems to be holding based on these statistics. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you at the next session. Bye.